So each year, the National Association of Realtors puts out the profile of home buyers and sellers. The actual report is probably an inch and a half thick. This is just the summary, but I want to just point out a couple things that I think are really interesting. For instance, the average buyer took about 10 weeks from the time they started looking till the time that they made an offer on a property. I think that's interesting. That's up a little bit. New construction, about 12% of the home buying public purchased a new home. First time buyers, this one's really telling, fell from about 34% the previous year to 26% this year. So think about that for a second. That went from a third of the market to about a quarter of the market. That's a significant shift. Obviously, that also is a good indication of what's happening in the marketplace. Approximately 86% of buyers used an agent, and approximately 90% of those buyers were happy with that agent. On the seller side, we noticed that the average age of a seller went up from 56 years the previous year to 60 years old in this particular report. That's interesting. The other piece that kind of goes along with that is that the average seller the previous year had been there for 8 years. The average seller in this most recent report had been there for 10 years. So our sellers are staying in their homes longer, and they're a little bit older. 41% of sellers went into a larger home, which is also really interesting. You know, we assume that people are downsizing when they're at a certain age, but clearly that's not necessarily the case. This one is great. 63% of the sellers used an agent that they had already done business with, or used an agent that was referred to them through a friend or neighbor or someone that they trusted. So what does all this have to do with you? Well, what it really punctuates is the importance of relationships, the importance of staying in touch, the importance of having a plan and following it and executing on that plan with consistency. That's the game changer. That's the difference. There is no secret sauce other than following the plan that you've made and making sure that you're implementing and staying on that plan and getting the things done that will, keep you top of mind, so that when those buyers want to buy or those sellers want to sell, you're the first person they think of when they think of real estate. Thanks for being here. Make it a great week. And again, if you'd like this report, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, reach out. Happy to get it to you. Thanks. Have a great week.